Some of us consider mashed potatoes as boring, but how can it be that 3 Michelin star restaurants serve mashed potatoes while still using the same methods and ingredients as home cooks do? Now, what is the secret those chefs apply? I'll tell you what, it's actually really easy, and you're about to find out. And also, have you ever wondered how chefs make mashed potatoes light like a cloud? Easy too when you know the tricks of the trade, and you will find them out in a minute. But today we're gonna go one step further and improve 3 Michelin star potato mash with one simple trick that I learned when I worked in 3 Michelin star restaurants and when I was running my own restaurants and getting 18 out of 19 points at Go-Mio at the age of 25.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's the right potato for mashing? Now there's 3 types of potatoes: floury, firm-fleshed, and the ones in between. Floury potatoes have dry, expanding starch cells that swell and separate during cooking. This makes them fluffy. Think about baked potatoes. But floury potatoes have very little flavor. Firm-fleshed potatoes have lots of flavor. However, we are told they're no good for mash because the starch cells cohere and stick to each other, giving them a dense and waxy texture after cooking. But that's exactly what Michelin star chefs use. To stop them from sticking, chefs process them to separate the gelated starch. But we get to that in a minute. The third variety are the in-betweeners. Oh, so you want me to give names? I never give names. I give tips, no matter what. I learned my lesson early in life. I only give tips. Whiter flesh potatoes are more starchy. Yellow flesh means firmer. Oh, you want me to be more specific? Well, then cut the potato in half, rub it for 20 seconds like so. Drops off easy, starchy or floury. Drops off with a little resistance, and in-betweener. Sticks like glued on, firm-fleshed or waxy. Easy, but still no names. So I peeled them. I steamed them soft. When I saw all that gloss on the top, I was happy because that's the starch I needed to make them dense and creamy. I passed them through a strainer once, a second time, and a third time to make a Michelin star quality. Remember, breaking up the waxy starch. Now, how easy was that? So, secret number 1 was waxy potatoes, because they have more flavor. Secret number 2, steaming them rather than boiling, to avoid loss of starch and flavor. Would I on top of that would have used mealy or floury potatoes, like we so often see in recipes, well, their expanding starch would additionally make them very porous during cooking. They would start to fall apart and soak up water, and I would end up with a tasteless, watery, boring mess like that. So steaming is the secret to avoid all of that. For 3 stars, I would go one step further, and I'll show you that next. With steaming, I could also overcook them, which makes the mashing process much easier. When boiling them, you know, they sort of start to fall apart, and then we often undercook the potatoes, and that can be a real problem because it makes them impossible to mash, and the raw leftover starch creates a glue-like texture. So steaming is the key to success. To show you that further, when I boiled those potatoes, I started with that amount, and I ended up with that amount. Plus, look at all the water, loads of mush in there. Now when I steamed that, I started with that amount, and I ended up with that amount. So I actually lost water coming out of the potatoes through the so-called film condensate. Would I bake them? I would even lose more. But we get to that in a minute. So, what else would I never do when making mashed potatoes? I would never store peeled potatoes in water. They soak themselves full with water and the starch gets washed out. Instead, I get a bag, a splash of water, shake it around, done. Another problem is using a blender to mash them. because that makes the starch collapse, and I would end up with a runny, sort of unpleasant, gluey-like texture in my mashed potatoes. Okay, now 3 Michelin Star mashed potatoes. Before I then go off and we'll try to make them even better, which we then will find out when we taste compare them. The mashed potatoes to beat are none other than Joël Robuchon's, the chef with the most Michelin stars ever. He steamed them too, but in the skin. Skin has flavor, and that flavor transfers into the potatoes when cooking. Of course he used firm fleshed potatoes. He then pressed them through a sieve once, twice, 3 times, a bit of cream, no milk, because that's like adding water, you would agree, a tweak of butter, and one just in case, and yeah, why not? A bit of whipping to make him all smooth and creamy. Voila, like the French says. What do you think? But could I make that even better? I think so. So I did a bit of thinking. How could I get a more intense potato flavor in my mash? By semi-drying them, I thought. But how? Of course, you remember baked potatoes? But I'm gonna do that with firm-fleshed one. So the flavor and the aroma of the skin gets more intense inside the potatoes. So I started off with that amount and ended up with that amount. This is going to be good. It smells already amazing. Through a sieve, once, twice, and a 3rd time. I set half aside for another idea, which I'll show you in a minute, and in go another few of the usual suspects. Wow, that's so dense. And all that baked potato flavor. I had an idea, and I saved half of it. I thought of cheese and truffles and gravy. First the cheese, no butter, no cream, instead some washed rind cheese. I whipped it together. Now we're talking potato cheese fondue. Yum! Perfect for winter Sunday breakfast. But I have not shown you how to make mashed potatoes light as a cloud. So I got some of that baked potato mash. I diluted it with chicken stock and truffle oil till I got the consistency of thick cream. I know you're thinking that's not light. Well, stay with me a little longer. I placed that mix into a siphon and kept it warm till serving. And to make another garnish, comfy egg yolk, 68 degrees hot olive oil for 40 minutes. Here's the potato foam, the egg, and remember, the truffles. A bit of choux gras made from chicken, which is basically fat choux. Now, what do you think? Well, let's find out and taste it. Okay, so mashed potatoes it is today. 1, 2, 3, 4 different textures, different flavors. So you need to tell us which one you think is the best.
So it's amazing how you can make something so simple in so many different ways, isn't it? There must be lots of secrets hidden there. Now I've got a little story to share, just a little one. When I was a child, I could not eat mashed potato. I used to dry reach. But since I'm at Walter, I've actually really been enjoying mashed potato. So that says something, but now we've got 4 different styles.
So let's hope you don't dry reach today.
Yeah, you got a bucket ready? Hopefully not, I don't think so. I haven't done that in a while.
Great. Okay, so let's start with the first one, which is sort of your everyday mash. Yep. And let us know how you think it is.
Okay, all right, here we go. Everyday mash. It's much better than my mum's. Sorry, Mum. So yeah, that's, I mean, anything's going to be an improvement on what my mum used to make. Yeah, that's nice. It's a little bit floury. Having tasted your really smooth potato before, but otherwise the flavour's nice. Yeah. So definitely an improvement on my experience.
Okay, great. So next one is the one which I make all the time. So let's try that. Huh?
Okay. Go back. This one's got a little bit more flavour.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's about the texture?
And the texture is thicker than that one.
Good.
Yeah, and it looks thicker too. Yeah.
Right. So I made that one. Huh?
Yes, that's that one.
Okay, so the next one, it's literally very similar to the one I make all the time, but you tell us what's going to be the difference.
Let's have a look. It's got a lot more flavour.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I can really taste the potato flavour in that one.
Okay.
Now that's quite lovely, actually.
Yeah.
I'll just try again. That's really nice. Now, compared to this one,
You can be anything. Yeah, thank you.
not so good.
Not so good.
No, this one's very nice.
And your mum.
Yeah.
And your mum's is even a step down from that.
Well, you can see how I suffered in my childhood.
So, Mary.
She used to make me sit at the table and finish my peas and my mashed potato, and I managed to get through the peas, but not the mashed potato. Yeah, and that's very nice. That's I love the texture and
Yeah.
flavour.
Yeah.
Nice potatoey flavour. It's almost like a sweetness. You're like having a mashed potato version of a really
Like
good chip.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So far so good. So
Yes.
let's taste the last
Okay.
one. What do you think?
Right. And because you know I'm very honest, you can't get away with anything.
I can tell you.
Ooh, wow. That kind of hits you in the mouth a bit. That's more like like when you have a baked potato out of the oven with butter. It's
Okay.
that sort of flavour, which is nice. I like that.
Yeah.
And we've got those crispy skins on the outside, which taste really baked. That, I can taste that in that. That's very nice.
Yeah.
I really like that. And even the texture as well. See, this
Yeah.
one, going back, fails in comparison now. Don't ever try the nice one if you live with that one. You wouldn't like mashed potato anymore. I mean, it's still edible, it is. But this one, yeah, it's heaps better. Yeah, I could just eat that on its own.
Yeah. So where would you?
Oh, that's so strong, the baked potato flavour. Yeah.
Right.
No, that's beautiful. Let's go back to this one.
Right.
So I still like that too, but it's
Yeah.
this one's got more of a kick. It's boring.
Yeah. It's boring now.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
boring.
it's sad,
Those two
yeah.
are boring. These two.
I have to upgrade and then switch from that to that.
How did you get the flavour?
I baked the potatoes, so it's made from baked potatoes.
Ah, so that's a boiled potato with the
That's
skins on?
steamed, no, that's boiled,
Yep.
steamed,
Yep.
peeled, steamed with skin,
Yes.
baked.
There's quite a big difference between these two, given they're both steamed.
I know.
Yeah. Impressed.
All right, great. So
Okay.
now we need to taste the exotics.
Oh, more.
So here we go. So that's, you taste that, you tell me what do you think of that.
Is that potato mash?
It has potatoes in it.
It's got something orange in there.
Yeah, I think that would
Oh,
be.
it's warm too. Oh, that's nice.
I think that would be an absolute perfect winter Sunday breakfast brunch, just with spaghetti.
Oh.
Or just on its own.
Okay. If you want to have a morning of carbs. That's wicked.
It's good, isn't it?
Cheese lovers, you got to go for a massive run or a cycle first to have this, because I imagine there's quite a lot of cheese in there for that flavour.
So it's literally like a potato and cheese fondue.
Oh my gosh.
It's good, isn't it?
If you're losing weight, do not even go near this. I could
Why?
eat, because I could eat all of that. It's so addictive.
Oh, good.
And the flavour, what cheese is it?
It's a red mold, but you could use anything. I mean, I love it with a brie as well. And then you could put a touch of truffle oil on it as well.
And a glass of red wine for
A
breakfast?
glass of Sunday morning. Well,
I'd probably have that in the
Sounds
evening.
alright.
It's too dangerous to have in the morning. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
and the last one is.
Oh, another one. So that's potato?
Yes.
Interesting. It's like a foam potato. But there are less calories in that one. It's like a meringue, uncooked meringue.
Well, if you would say you do have a fine dining restaurant and you want to serve potatoes as a dish, I think that'd be pretty good. And here we go. There's the egg yolk confit, a bit of truffle for you, honey.
So question,
Yes.
because it's lighter, obviously, because it's aerated, does that mean less calories?
Yes.
Well, I was going to say ladies and gents. All the flavour, half the calories. That's already a winner. But then you stuck an egg in the middle of it.
Egg yolk confit. So you
Egg-
would make it
oh.
a dish, you know, when you have the truffles,
Egg
now, you have
yolk
the egg.
confit.
So that could be an entree.
Egg yolk confit.
Yeah.
Did you make that up? Okay. Do I mix the egg in?
If you do mix
All right, let's go. Oh no, it's hard. I can't.
This is confit, it's waxed. It's waxy. It has a waxy-like texture.
The egg.
Yeah, so you cut it in half. You see.
Okay. All right. I'm showing my lack of expertise in culinary expertise. It's got the flavour, doesn't have any of the
No.
creamy texture. It's not dense at all. So that's nice as a light starter, yes.
Yeah, nice winter entree. Mm-hmm. You know, that could work.
Yes,
You know.
yes. Somebody who would like a light entree.
Even keeps the vegetarians happy, isn't it?
You got an egg in there.
That's the vegans. We don't want to cook for them. All right, so I hope you liked that. Check out my video on potato fondant, which I tackle another potato classic. So where would
Good
you
job.
rate your mums then and all of that?
Oh, that's like over there. Everything else my mum's cooking. Her roast turkey is still better than yours. Yeah, and Christmas pudding.
yes.
Yeah, and smoked salmon on bread.
The vegetables.
But not the mashed potato. Mum's gonna hate me when she watches this.
I know.
Sorry, Mum. I love your roast turkey. I really do.